look at this puppy, okay? We need to look at him so we don't get mad. I've got a mouthful of toast. I'm eating while I do this. And I kind of just want to get this over with and forget this movie ever existed. I'm encouraging him to come. Now I can't see my screen because he's in the way. This is my puppy. This is Ricky. He's actually poorly. He's supposed to be resting. Why don't you hop up on the bed while I film? He's just Ricky, why don't you get up on the bed, okay? Alright? Alright. No, you cannot have my breakfast. Oh, they say never work with children or animals. This is not working. I don't have a tripod to hang this thing on. So I'm literally balancing you on my dresser. No, Ricky, you can't have my toast. Oh, the Word document I've made, full of my notes, is called Cuties. What the frick is this? Well, I think we'll change that title to Cuties. Who the frick made this? Because holy shit. So I took notes as I went. And this is my thoughts on the film. And I am angry. I added in my reaction to the poster, which was, okay, this is awkward, super sexual. I didn't know the ages of the characters at this point, or maybe I'd have been like, what the fuck, these are 11-year-olds, but they are 11. And they're played by actual children. This is not a case where they have cast an 18-year-old and are trying to pass them off as 12. No, but these are actual babies. And they're not really babies, but to my 24-year-old as they are. And I'm gonna swear, okay? Because I think we need some swearing to cope. We also need puppy cuddles, which is why Ricky's here. He's also here because no one else is home and he gets upset. He's left in a room on his own, so he had to follow me upstairs. So, you have separation anxiety, don't you? You're a rescue. Oh, look, his little nose coming into frame. He's just so cute, aren't you? I love him so much. This is just gonna be me ranting mixed in with me going, you're so cute. Okay. First thing I know is I go back to the poster. So it was said that this film was not this poster was not representative of the film. So I was like, okay, let's not judge it by this poster. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's trust Netflix. Should not have. So first thing I noticed was that the film was made in France. So I'm English. I live in England. I do not live in France. Maybe someone who's French could offer better insight. And also our main character is a black Muslim girl. I'm clearly white. I look very white today, actually. And the closest I can say my family's religion is kind of non-practicing Christians. So I feel like I'm able to talk on Christianity that much. I do identify as non-religious. But I mean, I went to a Christian school, and my parents are kind of low-key Christian. But yeah, I feel like a black Muslim may be able to help us understand some of those scenes a bit better. The family seem to follow some sort of modesty rule. I'm not quite familiar with this, but I do believe that some Muslims do take modesty quite seriously, and that is where I really hope I'm not butchering the word, hijab comes from. It's just part of that. That's what I understand from it. From what I've seen and heard about this film, I was quite worried that it would end up coming across as really Islamophobic. And I think that it's hard to say, not knowing much about the faith and not being a member of that community. I think that's a discussion that is best left up to people who know this stuff. Okay, the subtitles don't match up with the spoken words at all times. Yeah, so I was watching it in English and it was originally made in French. So they dubbed over some English-speaking actors. So the film was in English, and then the subtitles were in English. That's my setting for Netflix. I have subtitles on everything because I sometimes miss things when they're being spoken. I do have some minor audio processing issues. That's the autism. So yeah, I realised pretty soon that I'm probably going to miss stuff from the plot because it didn't get translated well. Because the subtitles and the spoken dialogue didn't quite match, so I wasn't sure which one was accurate. And I was worried things would get lost in the translation. When I was there, yeah, they're going through the building, and our lead, Amy, I believe it's pronounced Amy? It's spelled Amy, but it's pronounced something similar to Army. So I'm probably going to butcher that. I'm so sorry. Ricky's left me. So yeah, Army is going through the building and she sees a girl about her age. I put 12-year-old, but she's actually 11. I did not know this at the time, so yeah, the girl was dancing kind of suggestively, and the camera was focusing on her ass quite a bit. So yeah, my note says, I feel like we're now staring at a 12-year-old's ass. Got a bit of plot. Seems like their dad's left them, which is quite sad. I have a note about the plot. Army had to share a room with her little brother, even though they had a spare room, and I was wondering if maybe there's some sort of cultural thing that I'm missing, because I have never known a person to have to share a room with their sibling when there is another room they could have. But it turns out they were saving that room for another person who hadn't come to live with them yet. So it was just a space issue. There was no space for Army to have her own room. There's literally no point. Army tried to straighten her hair and fried it. I think we have all been there. I thought maybe we were setting up to discuss how curly hair, especially afro hair, is kind of shamed. It's seen as unprofessional and not put together and stuff. But that went nowhere, which is kind of a shame, because I feel like if we're trying to tell a coming of age story, that's something that should be discussed. Yeah, I am in a lot of curly hair Facebook groups. I have wavy hair. It's really damaged right now, so it looks straight. But yeah, I'm in a lot of curly hair Facebook groups, and people are always saying I've got a job interview and I'm worried I'm not going to look professional if I wear my hair natural, but I don't want to straighten it. And it's especially bad for afro hair. A lot of the time, black women can do everything they can to look polished, but if they leave their hair natural, it's seen as unprofessional, like they're not put together. And it really angers me, because the British Prime Minister looks like he has never seen a hairbrush in his life. And people trust him to lead the country through a pandemic and Brexit. So, actually, none of us do. I don't think we do. I don't. It seems like the main reason he got elected was because people hate Jeremy Corbyn, but that is a discussion for another day. We got some more of the plot. It turns out the dad has abandoned. It seemed like the dad abandoned the family, so I've just put dad abandoned family. Dick. I do not like this dad, by the way. There's a character who's their aunt. They just call her Auntie. I didn't catch a name, so I just call her Auntie throughout this document. She shames the mum for not being a real woman, whatever that means. This was never really expanded on. Hey baby, he goes back. Okay, then we worked it out. He's taken a second wife, so it seems like he is expecting to have two wives, but wife one is not cool with it. And one of the most important things in a non-monogamous relationship is that everyone is on board with it. Wife one wants to be monogamous, and he's told her, nope, I'm getting a second wife, and that's that. And that is a dick move. Okay, so we meet the cool girls, who are supposed to become her friend, but they're horrible. They are horrible throughout this movie, and I'm rooting for Army to murder them Carrie style rather than befriend them. I was bullied throughout my childhood and teenage years, so I understand Carrie, okay? I know it's supposed to be like a horror film, but I'm like, I get it, you know? Sometimes you do just wish you could. Oh, but that is an issue for another day. Oh, I hate these girls so much. Yeah, they basically bully Army. This other girl, Angelica, shows up, and she seems nice. Let's be friends with her. And then I realize she's actually friends with the bully girls. So yeah, the girls dare Army to take a picture of some guy's dick at school, so he's most likely a minor. It would be child porn, and I believe that taking pictures of people's genitals without permission is some sort of sexual assault. I have to look into that. What about the bedroom? Okay. So Angelica shows Army a video of this group of dancers they're competing against. Let me just bring it up. They're doing a kind of sexy dance, and they've recorded it and put it on Instagram or whatever. Well, they're not using Instagram, they're using some kind of fake Instagram, but yeah, they made this video, and during it one of them's boob gets flashed, which we see, so I am assuming that these are adult actresses for like legal reasons, but they're competing against 11-year-olds, so I mean, unless this competition is open to all ages, then they must be minors too. Super bad. They're also seen hanging out at the school, I think, later on, so I think they are definitely minors. yeah, they end up doing some dance stuff, and the camera keeps focusing on their bums, which I'm super uncomfortable with. It seems like they're aiming to do all this sexy shit, and they're 11, and the film is not presenting this as a bad thing yet. Then we start focusing on another person's ass, but at least it's an adult this time. I don't think I ever want to see another person's ass after this, adult or not. So they're trying to get with some older boys, and they tell them that they're older. The boys clock it, and lucky for them, these boys just walk off. They are not interested in 11-year-olds, but I just think they are literally throwing themselves at old boys. What if these boys did want to like, should we not be teaching them about self-preservation? The kids find a used condoms, and they say AIDS people use condoms, and this is super bad, because everyone should use condoms. STDs are no joke. They can be fatal. You know, unexpected pregnancy is no joke. You know, you need to use something to protect yourself when you are having sex. And you need to be regularly tested to make sure that you haven't caught something unknowingly. And you really should get your partner's medical history and stuff before you do anything. Just practice safe sex, whether you have an STD or not. You know, I'm really concerned. And they do not learn better. So if someone watches this and they don't know about safe sex, that probably is not helping. Well, anyone should be watching this. So then they are sexting a boy over Skype, and no one's saying, hey, you're children. They're mean to each other some more. But the film doesn't seem to be portraying this as a bad thing either, so I'm really worried about the message that could be sending to young girls. Also, I noticed that all of the the girls in this little dance gang, are stick thin apart from Yasmin, who, she's not fat, she's a bit more of a curvy sort of build. Nothing wrong with her body, it's different to the other girls. And she got kicked out of the group, so I feel like that's quite an unfortunate implication. They then show Amy doing some sort of twerking thing, the girls doing more sort of sexual dancing. Again, they're 11, and that is when I realised adults are telling these minor actresses to do all this sexy dancing, and it's adults who are focusing the camera. This is not a project made by some school children. This is a professional film made by adults. A bit more plot. Amy never wants her dad to come back, and I can't say I blame her. I really rip into this dad. We did with the wedding, which I don't know if I may talk about, because it seems to be involve quite a lot of stuff that's special to their culture. So 3 out of the 4 girls go to do the qualifier in the dance competition. So they're doing this sexual dance in front of these 2 adults who are quite pleased, which is worrying. And they don't have their parents or anything with them, and it's just a little creepy. Also, I think they're mentioning that Amy's had her first period. That is not clear. Again, that might just be something that got lost in the translation. So the girls are back to being bullies towards Army. Also, I realised this school does this school not have a dress code? Because they are often wearing short skirts, and I don't think any of them have covered their midriffs in this entire film, and spaghetti strap tops. And yeah, there's an interesting video by Ladylike, in which one of the women has to follow school dress codes for a week using things from her wardrobe, and things that as an adult she wears to the office. So many are deemed inappropriate. They've actually done a few videos like that, so I'm finding it really hard to believe that the school would let them get away with those outfits. I'm not saying whether that's a good thing or bad thing, but I'm like, is the dress code thing just like an American thing? I went to a school with a uniform, so it's quite hard for me to tell with this dress code stuff. But I don't know, in France are they a bit more lax with dress codes than they are in the US? And then they break into a laser tag place. What was I thinking? I don't know what age range is saying that. If it's kids, it's sending bad messages. Like, so many bad messages. It's saying, yeah, you need to be sexual, and you need to use condoms if you got AIDS. Bullying's okay. Breaking the law's okay. But yeah, and if it's aimed at adults, it's creepy. I have seen more bums in this than I have seen in Game of Thrones. I kind of miss Game of Thrones, actually. They were all killing each other and naked, but at least they were adults. And then the girls start twerking for two adults. Camera focused on their bums again. I feel like I should be on a list for having seen this. And the adult they were twerking for was enjoying it. An adult was enjoying an 11-year-old twerking, and God, they're 11, like, this is still playing with dolls kind of age. Okay, Amy has a bad sandy makeover with tight leather pants. If you've seen Grease, you know what kind of outfit I'm referring to, which is fine on a 30-year-old playing an 18-year-old. On an 11-year-old, it's a little creepy. A bully, not her friends, the rival dance team, who, I guess this confirms they are minors, pants her at school, and, we see Army's underwear. I'm going to keep calling her Amy because that's, like, what my brain is going to as I read this. I'm so sorry. And it's like, that is gross, but at this point, I'm like, well, at least she's not twerking. The girls appear to have brought some fancy underwear, which they dance through the streets wearing and throwing, which is just weird. Also, I seem to miss how she got the money. I think later they say that she stole it from her mum. Her mum then fainted, which is never a good sign in fiction, and I thought maybe mum was going to turn out to have a health problem. But that never went anywhere. The girls are complaining that people are saying they're little girls, and it's like, you are little girls. Maybe this is a time for the movie to trade this. This would be time for the movie to deliver this message about, and the girls decide they don't need to act all sexual, and it's okay to be little girls, and they go and they play with Barbies or whatever. But no, Amy takes a picture of her genitals and posts it online, which is child porn. and we'll get you on the sex offenders register and ruin your life. Also, she did this with her uncle's phone, so he's also in possession of child porn. Just want to point out. So, yeah. This is never elaborated on. It really needs to be, because sex offenders register ruins your life. So then, Amy is sexually assaulted by a boy in her class. He slaps her bum, and I called her Amy again, haven't I? Army is sexually assaulted by a boy in her class, because he's assumed that it's okay because she's a slut because she posted this picture, which is probably the first sort of consequence. This kind of attitude is not elaborated on and explored. Let's just say he's wrong. You had never have a right to sexually assault someone. She stabbed him in the hand with a compass, and I think I can get behind. So her mum's found out she posted this picture, and her mum's really angry, but she's not concerned about her daughter's well-being or the fact that her daughter is now probably going to be on the sex offenders register. But she's worried about him being embarrassment and the fact that her husband's going to blame her for it. I mean, I kind of blame you. Your 11-year-old daughter is sneaking off and doing sexual stuff. She had a phone for ages, so you didn't know she had. You know what, maybe we should blame this woman a little bit. Like, where are you parenting? Where are any of these parents, actually? So they then seem to perform some sort of ritual where I have no clue what's happening, because this is not saying it's part of my culture. Amy does some more dancing. We focus on her ass. So we're just not going to talk about the consequences of what's been going on beyond some slut shaming, which is pretty bad, actually. It's quite horrible to be slut shamed. No idea what's happening. I seriously need a girl who's raised in this culture to help me out here. And this is where I was like, I think I'm going to cancel my Netflix subscription in protest. So Amy hurts her friend, and I'm not sure what the point is there. Then we see the costumes for the dance competition, which is the costumes they were in for the poster. The poster was seemingly not representative. It's the prostitute's costume from Dance Mums. So if you're not familiar, in the reality show Dance Mums, in episode 2, the very second episode, the teacher decides to have them do a kind of a sexy sort of Hollywood jazz number. It's quite sexual, and their costumes are quite revealing, and one of the mums refers to it as prostitutes. And obviously the inappropriateness of stuff from Dance Mums is a whole other video we could make. Oh god, it's Dance Mums, a shit show. That it's like a car crash, I can't look away. Yes. I think that's the case for most reality TV. So yeah, they are literally wearing the prostitute, basically wearing the prostitute costume, and it's like not sexualizing to on my ass. That episode, actually, the point of that was it was sexual and highly inappropriate for these little girls to be doing. So how do you look at that and think it's okay? I mean, it's probably a coincidence. It looks like the prostitute's costume, but I'm just like, God. Anyway, then the girl who's, Army got thrown out of the group for the genitals picture. The girl who replaced car comes along and Army throws her into a river. I think she's trying to kill another girl. And this is not touched on. Okay. My parents just got home, so I'm going to talk to them and then we'll carry on. Okay. Right. There we go. Now we're back. Okay, so they do the dance competition, they twerk. And the adults look very appreciative of it. Oh, now I feel like I have to watch the episode of Family Guy where Stewie gets pregnant in order to bleach my brain. I think it's point where I need to point out adults are making children do this. How does an adult tell a child to act all sexy and the parents don't go, nope, not doing this? Should I be worried about the little actresses? So the mum then stands up for her daughter when the auntie aggressively slut shames. About time, I guess. I think it's just end. So no one explained anything about paedophiles or the law. None of the creepy guys were called out. There doesn't seem to be a message. None of the conflicts got resolved. It's just 2 hours of babies being sexualized. Does it make more sense in the original French? Fucked if I know, because I don't speak French, and even if I did, I wouldn't watch that again. I never want to see a camera that focuses on a bum again, and most definitely never on a child's. I can't believe this got made. I can't believe that Netflix is showing it. I'm cancelling my subscription in anger. And then we kind of got the aftermath. So I really wish I'd taken some screenshots. They completely dismissed my concerns, and I think they tried to gaslight me. So this morning I was actually on Twitter. See, right. There we go. So, it's actually someone else's chat, not mine. You. Why do you all think that Cuties is an appropriate show to put on your streaming service? Like what? Netflix. Hi there, this is X. You got through to Netflix chat support. To start with, may I have your name and email? Why do you need my email or name? What's the point in that? It's needed for documentation purposes. Thank you. When I asked that, they just ignored me. And I just went, okay, you know what, I'm just going to give it so we can get on with this. Sorry man, can't give it to you. If you need to end the chat because of that, that's actually hilarious. Netflix. We understand that not all stories may appeal to all our viewers, which is why we always invest in a diverse range of content from all over the world. We also provide ratings, synopsis, trailers, and controls to help our members make the right viewing choice for their family. Diverse range? To the point where you're sexualizing children? That is disgusting. What is the world coming to? Netflix. While we believe in creative freedom, we at Netflix respect all religions, nationalities, and their cultures/traditions. The stories that are on our service are not intended to be disrespectful or hurt the sentiments of any community, group, or individual. You guys are literally doing things against the law. So, yeah, that's basically what happens when you call them out. So, they said to me, you know, you can, if you downvote, it won't be shown to you again. Well, you don't have to worry, I don't have to worry about that because I'm cancelling. I am not supporting you if you're okay with this. So I cancelled my subscription. And then I went on Twitter, and it turns out lots of people had the same idea. And then I told my mum because she sometimes used my Netflix account, and she said, okay, because she's been reading Twitter, and she's just like, yeah, that's fair. My dad's confused because shouldn't this be illegal? I'm like, yeah, I'm confused too. And then I went on a bit of a rant about dance mums. It's like a dance mums decided to make the entire show about that electricity, the prostitutes dance, instead of insane stage mums screaming at each other. I kind of miss the insane stage mums right now. I'm sure there were plenty behind the scenes. You have to be the biggest fame-hungry stage mum ever to let your kid be exploited like this. I'm going to watch Kelly smack Abby for the catharsis factor. I'm sure all the mums wanted to do that. And Kelly just lived the dream. Whatever, I'm going to play The Sims. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with Netflix. I'm going to get Amazon Prime in free day delivery with it. I need that free next day delivery while I'm preparing for Christmas. Now I'm leaving to play Sims. But that's the end of my notes. I was not happy. Yeah, I'm also, actually, while I've got Twitter, I'm actually going to read you the, sex and nudity warnings for this film. Okay, an 11-year-old girl watches a female rap music video where naked women roleplay through dance both heterosexual and lesbian sex acts. An 11-year-old female dance group then mimics these sexual moves via on themselves and on each other. Hi Rick, you came back to me. Yay. How was I? Well, the camera zooms in on their sexual body parts as they erotically wither. This can be highly distressing to many viewers. I think viewers who are not paedophiles find this distressing. Female breast nudity of a minor during an erotic dance scene, and lengthy and excessive close-up shots of breasts, bums, and spread crotches of scantily clad 11-year-olds during numerous sexualized dance routines. A pair of tight leather pants on an 11-year-old girl are forcibly pulled down while the camera focuses on her panty-exposed bum. And someone has posted the legal definition of child pornography. Child pornography is pornography that exploits children for sexual stimulation. It may be produced with the direct involvement or sexual assault of a child, or it may be simulated child pornography. So, yeah, it sounds a lot like it's child porn. But yeah, Ricky's now typing, but it doesn't matter because I don't need this document anymore. So apparently, the message was supposed to be against the sexualization of children, but what it seemed to do instead was show the children in sexual situations, and the only consequence is that people aren't happy with them. There is no talk about the law, potential danger they could be put in. I mean, if this is aimed at children, then I feel like it's just taught, go out, do sexual things, and don't listen to the haters. I mean, don't listen to the haters anyway, but, like, everything to adults. Why are we focusing so much on their little prepubescent bodies? Ricky, help me out here. What is this? and be like, oh, it won awards at Sundance. It's like, well, I'm questioning the morality of the people at Sundance. Sundance. I don't know how it's pronounced. Oh. Have a LinkedIn account. But yeah, I mean, hopefully the outrage we're having. Ricky's broke my computer. I mean, hopefully the outrage is going to get the movie taken down. Gonna launch some kind of investigation into people behind this to make sure that they're not exploiting children any further. And hopefully we can prevent this type of thing happening again. I don't know. But yeah. It's disgusting. I'm angry. Just so... Ugh. Yeah. I just don't... No, Rick. I just don't know what to say other than... What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, and one defense that's being leveled is the people who are against it are afraid of child sexuality. Yeah, I'm afraid of child sexuality because pedophiles abuse. What is this? Okay, so I've watched the film, I've made my video, I've cancelled Netflix. I never want to have to think about this thing again. I quite like it erased from my memory. So, there's nothing else to say. Oh. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye. Quick note to add, I just read that they had a 600 children audition, and the audition process involved twerking. Make of that what you will.